Football season has come to an end, and baseball is right around the corner. You're watching Mets Daily. I'm Jake Brown. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, keep on commenting, and go follow your boy right now at Jake Brown Live. Shout out to everybody who had a great weekend, watched the Super Bowl, another pretty lousy game. Loved the Bad Bunny show, Lady Gaga, but the game itself, pretty ugly, 2 years in a row of ugly football. And now we turn the page, and we start to see the videos come out at spring training, and one, it makes you feel like, why am I in the brick cold in the tri-state area right now? I am coming live from Atlantic City at the Ocean Casino Resort. This is easily the best place in Atlantic City, by the way. Love this place. Super nice. We did the Harris pool party for the game last night, which was a good time. But, you know, you start to wonder about warmer pastures, and you're seeing guys throw. You're seeing Freddie Peralta. You're seeing Tobias Myers. You're seeing Clay Holmes, and you know, it's a joyous sight, and it really gets you ready for baseball season. And, you know, while you were cold on Super Bowl Sunday, you find out the Mets got themselves an emergency third-string catcher. The Mets have signed MJ. He's back. You're back. I wasn't here Friday. We sorry we missed it. Michael Jordan was back. I'm back. And MJ Melendez is back in a one-year, $1.5 million split deal with the Mets. And listen, I like this move, and you could say all you want. Look at his numbers. Last year, he was barely in the majors. He hit 20 homers in the minors, only 23 games in the majors. But this is a guy in his first three seasons in the league, 1862, 1656, 1744. I mean, that's basically Mark Vientos' stat line in 2025. But MJ Melendez plays all outfield positions. He plays a little first base. And the most fascinating thing about MJ Melendez is because the Royals had Salvador Perez behind the plate, MJ Melendez moved from catcher. This is a guy that was a catcher coming up to the big leagues. In 2022, he caught 78 games. 2023, 10 games. 2024 and 2025, because of Perez, he did not catch. But the Mets have themselves, if he makes the roster, a third-string catcher that is better than Austin Barnes at the plate, is better than Hayden Sanger. This is a great third-string option to have on your bench. And listen, I think we're all saying, oh, would have loved Marte back. The reality is this with Marte. You would only be keeping him for vibes, and I just don't think that's a thing you can do. Like, you know, Jose Iglesias was not just vibes when he was here. He was the best clutch hitter on the team. Starling Marte is not a clutch hitter. He doesn't play defense. He doesn't play the field. So to me, it's like, as fun as Marte is, I think we got to turn that page. That was part of the past Mets. We turned the page on Marte. I'm not bringing him back just for vibes. You know, the Mets have changed the vibes incredibly with the clubhouse shift that they've made. They don't need Starling Marte anymore. If anything, they should turn that corner from Starling Marte. That doesn't mean I don't like Starling Marte. We all love Starling Marte, but we can't just have fun guys anymore. You know, we need dogs out there. And MJ Melendez, you know, he might not even make the roster. The good thing is this is a split deal, guys. He has an option. It'll be less money in the minors, 1.5 in the majors, a chance for another $500,000 incentives, which I doubt he hits, because what he is a back-end last roster player. So people tweet at me, oh, this guy stinks, stingy Stearns, what do you know? He's the 26th guy in the roster. If you're really going to lose sleep because the Mets signed a 26th guy on the roster who, mind you, can play catcher and outfield and have some pop off the bench, you got to step outside a little bit. He's the lefty bat, throws righty, 27 years old. Once again, the change for Marte, getting younger. This is another guy who is in his prime. Like, MJ Melendez might not even found his groove yet. Now, you know, maybe he finds his groove coming to the Mets. We'll see. You know, he's got a little postseason experience. He had 20 at-bats in the 2024 postseason for the Royals. But otherwise, guys, I like this move. It's a good bench ad. Don't lose sleep over, you know, his 2025 season where he barely was in the majors. And again, last guy in the roster. You know, one last piece to the bullpen that would make a lot of sense to me is Danny Coulomb. Danny Coulomb, a lefty that's still out there. AJ Minter, we'll see. I don't know if he's going to be ready opening day. I'm thinking AJ Minter is going to come back in the month of May, but we'll see how he recovers. But, you know, they have Brooks Raley. I don't think it hurts to have a third lefty. I wouldn't say, oh, you don't want too many lefties in your bullpen. I think you just want good pitchers, and I think Danny Coulomb is a very good pitcher. This is a guy that got a one-year, $3 million deal last year. And before he got traded, he was one of the best relievers in the sport. In 31 innings with the Twins, he had a 1.16 ERA. Then he didn't have a great run with the Rangers when they traded for him in 12 innings with a 5.25 ERA, but ended with a 2.3 ERA, 2.12 in 2024, 2.81 in 2023, 1.46 in limited time. He was hurt in 2022. I mean, look at the last 4 years for Danny Coulomb and look amongst the best relievers in the sport. And I get it, he hasn't thrown as many innings as some of those better end relievers. But, I mean, this guy is the real deal. I mean, in 2024, Danny Coulomb had a whip of .67. He did, .67. .67. I mean, to me, that's, unheard of. So if I'm the Mets, I'm thinking to myself, we could really cap off our bullpen and make this bullpen a real force if we add one more arm. And it could be a trade for Adrian Morejon. To me, the rest of the free agent market in terms of relievers is a bit weak. And in terms of price point, I know you're paying 110% tax, but okay, if he's 1 year, $3 million, it becomes $6 million. To me, I'm saying it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer to add Danny Coulomb for 3, and if it's 6, then 6, because he is a pro's pro. Michael Kopech's another name out there, but I don't know. He's got injury concerns. I'm not in love with Michael Kopech. I wouldn't hate Michael Kopech, but to me, Danny Coulomb might be the most surefire bet on the free agent market as a reliever for what he's going to cost you. Go get him. Back to the bench. You want to talk about vibes and clutch? What about the Mets making a play for Kike Hernandez? Now, listen, I'm sure the Dodgers would like him back. I'm sure there's a strong chance he goes back to the Dodgers, but he's still sitting out there and probably seeing how his market's playing out, seeing who might want him. Kike Hernandez is by no means a great hitter. But my God, when the month turns to October, is anyone as clutch as Kike Hernandez in the last decade? I mean, he has been – it's almost hard to fathom how he does nothing in the regular season, and then the playoffs, he comes alive and hits some big homers. Whether it was with the Red Sox that postseason where he had 5 homers in 2021, whether it's with the Dodgers where he hit 2 homers in 2024. The guy's got a career .272 average in the postseason with 16 homers and 42 RBIs. He's a dog. He's a 3-time World Series champion. He is 34. So if you want to talk about a replacement for Marte that's a veteran that for vibes, that's Kike Hernandez. That is Kike Hernandez in a nutshell. Like, vibes, teammates loved him, and he plays every single position. To me, you talk about last bench bat, Melendez, nice, but Kike would be better. Just invaluable postseason experience. And, every position of the dime. This is a guy who's played first, second, third, short, left, center, right. He's even pitched 10 innings. The guy has pitched 10 innings. He has done it all except catch. And you got your catcher. So if you want to get Melendez and Kike combo, you got your outfielder catcher, and you got your guy who plays every position but catcher. To me, it's a no-brainer. I don't think he would cost a ton. I'm sure he's going to go back to the Dodgers if they want him. Maybe they decide to move on. But if I'm the Mets, I'm saying to myself, how can we complete our offseason? If we don't trade for Yandy Diaz, bang, put $1 in the jar. Jake mentioned Yandy Diaz. We go out and sign Danny Coulomb and Kike Hernandez. We get an elite reliever. We get a really good veteran utility guy, a 3-time World Series champ, and let's get to work. The Mets aren't far. Like, they're not going to go out and get a frontline arm. They did that with Freddie Peralta. I think this is the rotation they're going to go with. If there is a trade maybe for someone cheap out there, they'll do it. But otherwise, at this point, I don't know if I see another free agent name. Obviously we talk about it every day and we put names out there. We got to put shows out every day and, we got to say names. But, I do think they need one more reliever and I do think they need one more bench bat. And those two names to me feel very nice as a complete to the offseason that's not breaking the bank. Make sure you hit that thumbs up on the video. Subscribe, folks. Follow me at Jake Brown Live. We'll be back tomorrow on February 10th. Headed back home today. My voice obviously in a little bit of rough shape. Gonna have a cup of tea and gonna talk to you tomorrow. By the way, great show halftime. Get politics out of it. I don't understand any Spanish. Anytime Jessica Alba is on a football field with, a legendary artist and Lady Gaga, you enjoy it. No matter if you didn't understand it, it was a fun time. And listen, the game was a stinker. So at least we got something. Like, I was dancing. I was at a pool party too. So I was dancing, but like, I thought it was fun. If you just stop with the politics, and I had violent mobs coming after me because I joked saying, if you didn't like this show, you're not fun at parties. People took it way too serious. But like, let's ease up, guys. I know the cold, it's miserable outside, but let's love let's show love, get love. My good friend Alex always says that. Show love, get love. Let's show a little bit more love. Let's show a little bit more empathy in our lives. And let's talk to you tomorrow more about the New York Mets. We'll talk about non-roster invitees and who could end up making it on Mets Daily. Talk to you tomorrow.